यहाँ
तालीमी
है, ये
दुनिया
है
में
फतेहजंग।
आफाक जिद्दत के साथ आला मायार का नाम है, जहां सिंगल नेशनल करिकुलम पर मबनी आफाक इकबाल सीरीज और सन सीरीज
ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون।
क्या होगा कि बच्चे क्या करेंगे, अंग्रेजी की जुबान को पढ़ भी सकेंगे, लिख भी सकेंगे, बात भी। हमारा जहाज अगवाकारों ने अपने कब्जे में ले लिया। हमें नहीं पता हमारी मंजिल क्या है। हम बदकिस्मती से शायद उम्र के सआदत हासिल नहीं कर पाएंगे। इस वक्त क्या, अगर हम खुदा न करे ये सिचुएशन आ जाए तो क्या एहसास होंगे?
ज्यादा पढ़ाई जाने वाली किताब है, वहाँ असातिज़ा की मुआविनत और रहनुमाई में आफाक भरपूर किरदार की तारीख रखता है। आफाक ने बीमाराने बिल्लन की सहूलत के लिए मायानी सपोर्ट मटेरियल तैयार किया है। लेसन प्लान और की बुक्स जैसे अहम सपोर्ट मटेरियल
यही है हमारे
हर किताब में QR कोड की सूरत में दस्तयाब है। आप QR कोड को स्कैन करके मतलूबा स्पोर्ट मटेरियल आसानी हासिल कर सकते हैं। इस पैकेज से फायदा उठाने के लिए पाकिस्तान की सबसे ज्यादा पढ़ाई जाने वाली कुतब है, वहाँ असातिज़ा की
Цельтесь по флангам, чтобы в кучу сбились.
आप तशरीफ लेकर आए हैं, लेकिन अगर सिर्फ आज का दिन होगा तो ये काम तो नहीं हो सकता। ज़ाहिर बात है, कुछ बातें हो जाएगा, आप कहते हैं यार पागल लोग ऐसे खामखा जिस तरह चल रहा है ना, तो बच्चे क्या हो जाएंगे, तो ड्रॉप आउट हो जाएंगे। फिर क्या होगा, हम फारे हो जाएंगे, फिर क्या होगा, रिस्क नहीं है। तो पहले अपना बिलीव ठीक करें। तो विजन से पहले एक चीज होती है जिसको कहते हैं, वो दुनिया के किसी भी मजहब में, वो हिंदू है, वो सिख है, जिसका जो भी बिलीव सिस्टम है। मैंने कहा अच्छा, इसका तो शॉर्ट लर्निंग आउटकम नाम नहीं है। फिर मैं भी थोड़ा गलत हो गया, मैंने कहा कंट्रोलर है, उससे ये ठीक है नहीं। मैंने कहा ठीक है, मेरे सीनियर रहे ना, मेरे लाहौर में मेरे सीनियर अच्छे आदमी है, कहते हैं उसको शॉर्ट लर्निंग आउटकम। मैंने कहा ठीक है सर, हो सकता है आप भी देख लें, मैं भी देख। अब मसला है कि आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इस सिलो को बेशक स्लो कर दे कि वालिदैन के ज़हन में बात बैठ जाए कि असल बात जो आप कह रहे थे वो अपनी जगह ठीक थी, लेकिन अगर तालिब इल्म को उस स्किल का न पता हो, वालिदैन कब ये नहीं चाहेंगे कि उनका बच्चा जो भी लैंग्वेज आप सिखाना चाहते हैं, अंग्रेजी सिखाना चाहते हैं, उर्दू सिखाना चाहते हैं, अरबी सिखाना चाहते हैं, वो कब ये नहीं चाहेंगे कि वो सीख जाए। लेकिन चूंकि रूटीन से एक तरीका चल रहा है ना, तो वो जब आप चेंज करेंगे ना, वो क्या करेंगे, वो रिएक्ट करेंगे। तो उसकी रिशा आपको कमेंट कर
हमारे SLOs अकॉर्डिंग टू द ग्रेड्स वो हमें खुद भी क्लियर नहीं, जो मैं थोड़ा बहुत
बजट का पूरा प्रोफार्मा मौजूद है। आपने इसी तरह इंटरव्यू फोकस ग्रुप करना है, आपने सैंपल प्लानिंग करनी है, आपने यानी जो भी टीचर की सर्वे करना है, अपने टीचर का सर्वे करना है, तो पूरा टूल इसमें मौजूद है। तो अगर आप इन टूल्स को साथ साथ या अपने टूल बनाएं, हम ये नहीं कहते आप ये टूल बनाएं।
From a managerial position to a leadership position, are you a manager now and you trying to develop your own leadership in pipeline? You are trying to develop more skills to actually grow better. From a managerial position to a leadership position, what is required? So many things could be discussed in developing your own leadership skills from a managerial position to leadership, but I'll discuss on a specific subject on I'll take you an example. अगर आप ग्रोथ चाहते हैं, डेवलप योर टेक्निकल स्किल्स. ज़्यादा ग्रोथ चाहिए, डेवलप योर मैनेजरियल स्किल्स. इफ यू लुकिंग फॉर अनलिमिटेड ग्रोथ, डेवलप योर पीपल स्किल्स. एंड दिस इज व्हाट योर पीपल स्किल्स विल हेल्प यू ग्रो बेटर. You see, the higher you go in any organization, 90% people are using 90% of attitude, only 10% of technical skills. And lower you go in any organization, any department, 90% they are using only technical skills, only 10% they are using people skills. So this is what is happening. You need to develop those people skills from a managerial position to a leadership position. What are these people skills? I'll discuss few more things today. So in my today's video, I will take you from positional power to personal power. I'll give you an example. Mahatma Gandhi, he had personal power, whereas Rahul Gandhi has positional power. Abhishek Bachchan has positional power. Amitabh Bachchan had personal power. What would you like to develop? Which kind of power would you like to develop? When you're stepping up from managerial position to a position of leadership. You see, leadership is not by positional power, it is by personal power. Leadership is not by instruction, it is by inspiration. So Bhagavad Gita Krishna confirms, Yad yad acharati shrestha tat tad eva taro jana. जैसा जैसा वैसा वैसा, जैसा जैसा लीडर करेगा वैसा वैसा फॉलोअर करेगा. जैसा जैसा लीडर कहेगा हो सकता है वैसा वैसा फॉलोअर नहीं करेगा. So leadership is not by instruction, it is by inspiration. But what to do to create that kind of an inspiration? Before interpersonal effectiveness, you need to develop your personal effectiveness. When your personal effectiveness is good, your interpersonal effectiveness will be better. So my tips on interpersonal effectiveness, I'm going to talk about 3 powerful tips. 3 things that you can focus on that can help you from a managerial position to a leadership position. Here we go. So the first point is, don't see things worse than they are. In your organization, you see a lot of things happening around you. When you see a lot of things happening around you, don't see things worse than they are. See, you don't behave based on what has happened to you. Can I tell you something? It's a golden statement. You don't behave based on what has happened to you. You behave based on what you feel what has happened to you. And when you feel bad about something, you behave bad about something. And when you behave bad about something, it creates a negative cyclic reciprocation that comes out from the other party again. And when you start behaving based on what you feel, and when you feel negative, you deal negative. So don't see things worse than they are. When you look at the things worse than they are, your reciprocation will be naturally negative, and your behavior is a function of your value that you actually give others. And when you value somebody's negative value system, his negative value system becomes your value system. Don't see things worse than they are. So what's the second step? The second step says very clear, try to see things as they are. And when you try to see things as they are, you try to give a benefit of doubt to a given situation. And in that benefit of doubt to a given situation, you try to see things within your perspective. And when your perspective changes, it is said when you change the way you look at the things you look at, they change. Can I tell you again? When you change the way you look at the things you look at, they change. So for example, right now shooting is going on and I'm speaking to the camera and I'm speaking to you. And if I take this camera and I go out to some hill stations and start taking the pictures, and the picture if it is not coming good, can I take the hill and shift the hill and then take a picture again? No, I don't shift the hill, I don't shift the ocean, I don't shift the riverside, I shift my vision. And when you change the way you look at the things you look at, they change. So change your vision, change the way you look at those things. And so what's the second step? The second step is very clear, see things as they are. But the third step is even revolutionary. And what's the third step? The third step is try to see things better than they are. Try to see things better than they are. So when you try to see things better than they are, there are 2 kinds of leadership. One is called controlled paradigm leadership and release paradigm leadership. Controlled paradigm leadership is when you're trying to control your people. And release paradigm leadership is when you try to release their potential and they start performing better. Can I tell you something today? Mentality is always different from reality. Mentality is what you're thinking about reality. And reality is what actually reality is. Mentality is what you're thinking about the reality. And reality is what reality actually is. Reality and mentality can never be 100% same. Mentality is only perceived reality. Mentality is only perceived reality. You give yourself, you empower yourself to empower others. You're always in a safer position when you start seeing things better than they are. See things better than they are. The first benefit is you will never lose a precious relationship. Can I tell you something? People don't care how much you know. Listen to me, sir. People don't care how much you know. They know how much you care. So it is important to see things better than they are. yaar. And this is how, when you start behaving better, you develop people skills, you develop great relationship, and beyond the point, it is not your technical and managerial skill that will help you grow. Beyond the point, it is your people skill that will help you grow. Beyond your point, you need references within organizations to actually grow. Not everybody grows so fast. Some people will grow, some will go. What would you do? Develop great people skills to actually develop great relationship. People don't care how much you know. People know how much you care. People know how much you care. They'll remember how you make them feel actually. If your feeling will improve, only then your dealing with them will improve. If you're feeling, you don't behave based on what has happened to you. You behave based on what you feel about what has happened to you. So feel better if you want to deal better. Feel better if you want to deal better. So start seeing things better than they are. Thank you very much. But can I tell you something? Keep watching these powerful videos.
लेकिन 2 बज गए हैं, अब टीचर्स की गाड़ियों का टाइम होता ना, तो सर को उधर